Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask. It's a Monday, September the 27th, National Day of Forgiveness. Will you forgive me, Heidi?
Sure.
What,
just
for everything?
this once.
A blanket forgiveness? Nice. That feels good. National Chocolate Milk Day. It's kind of like regular milk day, but with chocolate in it.
I do enjoy chocolate milk.
I do too. National Crush a Can Day. There's something
That's
kind of
always
fun.
good.
It's kind of fun, actually. National Corned Beef Hash Day. National Scarf Day, which I would have assumed would have been later in the year. And National Family Day. All of these things happening on this Monday, the 27th day of September. And it's a Movie Star Monday. I am super excited to visit with actor BD Wong. He was Dr. Wu in all of the Jurassic Park movies, but Heidi's going to smile when I say this. In a movie called The Ref, he was Dr. Wong.
I love The Ref.
BD Wong played Dr. Wong in The Ref. And then later in that movie, Dennis Leary said he was Dr. Wong. It's a very funny movie. It's one of our favorites, actually. Thanks for listening on this Movie Star Monday.
Addiction. It's not a pretty thing. Addiction can lead to many problems in your life. Addiction can drive away those who love you the most. And addiction can lead to the loss of jobs, relationships, and even your life. Don't let addiction tear your life apart anymore. Get the help you need to defeat addiction and put the pieces back together in your life. Learn more at timeforrehab.com. They want to help. Timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com.
Now, surveys and studies and such brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. New study reveals college students are using hallucinogenic drugs now more than ever before.
Oh.
More than ever before. So think about going back to the 70s.
Isn't that alarming with all
and
of the
60s.
education that's out there and everything? That's just so bizarre to me.
So there was a time when college campuses kind of meant, LSD and all kinds of stuff. That's like they went hand in hand. But it's now more than ever before. So it's a bigger problem now than ever before. So if you've got a kiddo that's going to college, just have a conversation. A new study claims marijuana among college students is now at an all-time high. That's kind of funny.
So basically what we're learning here is kids in college.
I did not put those two things. I didn't do that on purpose. So anyway, all-time high marijuana use as well as hallucinogenic drugs. So I think we'll move on. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Monday.
Do you have a credit card? We'd like to help you get a better credit card. If you don't have any credit cards, we'd like to help you too. At BetterCreditCards.com, we have credit cards that offer different things for different people. Some cards offer points. Some cards are designed to help you build your credit. BetterCreditCards.com wants to help you get a better credit card, no matter what you're looking for. See if we can help you find a better credit card at BetterCreditCards.com. That's BetterCreditCards.com.
This is your Brain on Drugs, brought to you by TimeForRehab.com. Drugs were dropped from a drone onto the property of the Brunswick Academy. It's a private school. But the Brunswick County Sheriff's Office thinks that package, which contained marijuana and tobacco and some cell phones, they think it was likely intended for a different facility nearby.
You think?
Yeah, they don't think that it was. They don't think it was intended for that private school.
I don't think it probably was either.
Supposed to go to the Lawrenceville Correction Center that's just up the street. So it was about a 5-pound package.
Jeepers.
Police believe the package was dropped on the school grounds at 5:40 a.m. Monday. Shortly afterwards, witnesses say an individual in a sedan grabbed the drone. Police responded to the incident after school employees said there's a package sitting out here. They reported it at 8:24 a.m. Police say the correctional facility had issues with contraband in the past, including involvement of staff members and other drone-related incidents.
Oh, jeez.
So they're pretty sure it was probably that. That is just bizarre. Sounds like something you'd see in a
You wouldn't
movie.
expect to hear that it's the staff that's involved.
Well, I don't know. I'm not sure what happened. The story goes on, but we are done. That is what happens when your brain is on drugs.
John and Heidi.
Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com. If you're a big fan of The Matrix, you probably know everything I'm going to say right now, but there's not one but two different stories. First, a trailer for the upcoming fourth Matrix movie has now been released. It was like a week ago. Matrix Resurrections is one of the most highly anticipated movies of the recent years. Now, some footage and a teaser trailer is giving fans a small taste of what they can expect as the theater hits films later. Teaser comes via a new website called whatisthematrix.com. Rather than simply being a trailer, the website is an interactive experience. It starts with visitors clicking on a blue pill or a red pill. The site then generates a unique teaser trailer that will feature footage from the film and dialogue from the film characters. According to Warner Brothers, there's over 180,000 possible teaser trailer combinations available at the present time. So every time you click on it, it's going to be a little different, is what they're saying.
So basically, if you click on it enough, you don't even need to see the movie.
No, you'll still need to see it. You'll want to see it even more. So,
have you watched any of those?
Yeah, absolutely.
You have? I've never seen any of those.
Yeah. I've got a link to that, by the way. It's in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
At WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com, we help you get ready for all the fun holidays throughout the year with fun, silly, and just plain weird gift ideas for your friends. If you have a friend who has a bizarre sense of humor, we've got a gift for them. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com posts a link to something that will make you smile each and every day. Whether you buy these weird gifts or not, it's worth checking out just for a smile. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. That's WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
Now your scoop of the day comes your way, courtesy of BetterCreditCards.com. Ever ended up paying $20 for a morning latte because you were guilt-tripped into participating in a pay-it-forward chain? Turns out your random act of kindness wasn't just inconvenient for your bank account. I have a story here. It says it's kind of irritating the baristas around the world. According to a Facebook post written by a young lady named Hannah Wilson, she's a former barista, worked for 7 years at Starbucks. She had something to say about the popular pay-it-forward trend, and she's not happy about it. She says the whole trend is, quote, extremely annoying and makes everything confusing, end quote. So there are better things to do instead of this pay-it-forward thing. She wrote, I just want to say publicly, as a former Starbucks barista for nearly 7 years, since the current employees cannot say it, pay it forward is extremely annoying and makes everything confusing. It makes it easy to hand out the wrong drinks.
Yeah.
She said it's just not good. Instead of paying for the people behind you who could probably afford their own stuff since they are in line, you know.
That's right.
She goes, I don't know, maybe pay a tip to the people making the drinks who are working hard and in an understaffed business for months. So anyway, she's a former barista, and she sounds like she's not too happy about that whole pay it forward.
There are a lot of people.
Yeah.
And I've heard that from many.
Oh, I know somebody that was in the middle of one of those. They went to, and it wasn't at that place, it was somewhere else. But they went there to get, something super simple and small, and it was going to be like a $5 thing.
Right.
And they're like, if I do the pay it forward, and they're like, it's $27.50. And they're like, do I break this? It's been going since 9 a.m. this morning. And they're like, fine. Here's $30 for a stupid sandwich.
Right.
So I could see where that would actually be kind of annoying. But if I was going to get in one of them, I've never been in one. Have you ever been in a pay it forward thing?
I have.
I've never gotten one. I mean, like, I have the whole left half of the menu. Just kidding. I wouldn't do that. All right.
You wouldn't know until you get up there to pay
is that how
what's
it
going
works?
on.
Okay. And one other thing. Each year, roughly 23,000 adults in the U.S. go to the emergency room for injuries sustained while sledding, probably in the wintertime, I'm guessing. Thanks for listening to The John and Heidi Show.
Early to bed, early to rise makes you healthy, wealthy, and wise. This is a great quote from Benjamin Franklin. At InsuranceChicken.com, we know a thing or two about great quotes. We help people get great insurance quotes every day. It's super simple and free to find out if we can make you healthy, wealthy, and wise. Okay, I can't guarantee that, but I can assure you we'd love to help at InsuranceChicken.com. We want to help you peck out great deals on insurance. That's InsuranceChicken.com.
Thanks for listening to The John and Heidi Show on a Movie Star Monday. Super excited to visit with Mr. BD Wong. Mr. Wong, how are you,
Hey
sir?
there. I'm great. Happy Movie Star Monday, John. I'm here, and I'm thank you for having me.
You've been in so many amazing movies. Jurassic World, Dr. Wu. It's crazy. I just read a story that they're talking about creating a woolly mammoth right now. Not a movie. This is real. Have they not watched these films?
Yes. things can happen. They should be careful.
Yeah, be very careful. Now, you've got a really fun project that you're doing right now. Aquafina is Nora from Queens. You get to be the dad in this program, and it's doing really well. People are loving this, aren't they?
Yes, they are. It's really great. And I think it's partly because of the energy of Aquafina herself. Aquafina is a real person and who actually did live in Queens. She's kind of a comedic superstar sensation. Now she's the star of Shang-Chi, the big Marvel movie that's out now. So if you've seen that or you know about that, you know that she's killing it in that movie right now. So she's on everybody's lips, kind of. Everybody paying attention to what she's doing. And this show on Comedy Central, which is now in its second season, was something that started at the very beginning of her being recognized by the industry as someone to watch. It's a comedy about a woman who grew up in Queens with her grandma and her widowed dad. And that is the fine for a show about a young woman trying to find herself and trying to find where she fits in the world. It's wonderfully unique because her comic sensibility is very unique. She's a very interesting comedian, and the show has got a lot of kind of family heart to it as well, so, and an adult comedy at the same time. So it's got a very unique profile.
A lot of the stuff you do is not necessarily funny stuff. When you think about Jurassic World and you think about, you've done some things like on American Horror and Mulan. These are not laugh-out-loud funny things. Was it fun to be a part of a comedy?
Oh, sure. I've done all of these things my whole career, actually. And so it's always going to be good and interesting for me if the thing that I'm doing is very different from the thing that I did last. And so comedy is always a real good way to kind of keep it super interesting. And I had a background in comedy when I first started out that I'm, I guess, returning to now. It doesn't feel like returning to, but I think the fans might think so. And so, yes, the answer is yes. I've been really grateful for it. Particularly, at this time, and now when we're shooting under very kind of loaded circumstances with the pandemic and a lot of health protocols and worrying about, what's getting tested and all that stuff, comedy is the antidote to all of these worries in our daily life. Comedians and comics and comic content are absolutely essential at this time for us actually coping.
Yeah.
So I did find it extremely helpful to be on this show at the time that it has been on, and to be pushing it now because it has a lot of really wonderful just diversion in it. It's a diverting show. It's like a way you can forget about your troubles is to watch this show. It's really funny.
One of our favorite movies of all time. You happen to be in this movie, by the way. It is a comedy, too. It's called The Ref with Dennis Leary.
Oh, yeah, sure.
And in that, you're Dr. Wong, which is kind of fun.
Yeah.
And then later, he pretends to be Dr. Wong, which is funny. So that was a comedy, too, I guess.
Sure. That was a really great, dark, funny, quirky comedy. Kevin Spacey was the star of that movie. They're not that, that's an interesting kind of career note. And so yes, it was a kind of a little part in that movie that a lot as a kind of a cult favorite. So you hear a lot of people kind of talking about that movie every once in a while, but it's not a super famous movie either. I have a couple of those that I've been in.
But you know what? I think that when you have movies like that where maybe it's not as well known, but the people who know it absolutely love it, that's got to be kind of fun to be a part of that type of thing, too.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Just to be quite honest, my life is fun. I get to do lots of fun things. I get to kind of dress up in costumes and make believe and do, things that I have always loved doing since I was a little kid. And I'm very grateful and happy that I'm able to do that and make a living doing it, and that people want to continue to watch me doing it. And so that is it's something that I really enjoy, and part of that extends that into as I get older, trying other aspects of things like directing, and I've directed an episode of this season 2 that is going to be on next week that we're wanting people to come and watch, and it really is exciting for me. It really just keeps my life really interesting.
Well, we're excited that you took some time to chat with us about it. Thank you so much, sir.
Oh, thanks. Yes, thank you. I really appreciate it. And thanks to everybody out there listening.
Again, BD Wong. Aquafina is Nora from Queens on Comedy Central. I'll throw a link to all of the information in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
Addiction. It's not a pretty thing. Addiction can lead to many problems in your life. Addiction can drive away those who love you the most. And addiction can lead to the loss of jobs, relationships, and even your life. Don't let addiction tear your life apart anymore. Get the help you need to defeat addiction and put the pieces back together in your life. Learn more at timeforrehab.com. They want to help. timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
If you kick a ball in space, it will keep going forever unless it hits something.
Oh.
Because there, an object in motion will stay in motion.
Right.
So in outer space, if you kick like a kickball, it'll just keep going and going and going until it hits something.
Well, that's interesting.
That is interesting. Now I want to go to outer space so I can kick a kickball. Okay, I can go back now. I should have asked Steve Smith about that last week.
You should have.
Hey, did you
kick a kickball?
throw a baseball or anything? So like it would just keep going. I didn't ask him. I should have read
Probably
this last
doesn't go
week.
very fast, though.
Well, however fast you throw it,
Right.
it'll keep going that same speed. So, all right. Hey, that is today's fun fact. Now you know. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
Do you have a credit card? We'd like to help you get a better credit card. If you don't have any credit cards, we'd like to help you too. At bettercreditcards.com, we have credit cards that offer different things for different people. Some cards offer points. Some cards are designed to help you build your credit. Bettercreditcards.com wants to help you get a better credit card, no matter what you're looking for. See if we can help you find a better credit card at bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Now, RadioTravelGroup.com presents a news headline from somewhere in this world, Dateline Ireland. A dog ran onto the field at an Irish women's cricket semifinals match,
I saw this.
stole the ball from the game. That is, you know what? It would be really annoying if you're one of the people like the professionals that are keeping score and keeping a, trying to keep this game going, and there's a dog on the field.
It was adorable.
I bet they were really angry, but the crowd loved it. Did you see that?
Yeah, I did.
They thought it was awesome. But
It was adorable.
again, I guarantee you the officials.
The thing that I thought was
Didn't.
funny is we're watching, I don't even know what news station we were watching. We were watching the news, and they were talking about actual news. And then one of the other anchor goes, "Are we going to show the dog video?" Like they interrupted her. She's like, "Yes, we can show the dog video." And then they played the dog video. I'm like, seriously? We've already seen it 4 times today. Why are we playing?
Hey, can we play that dog video again?
Yeah. It's like, wow, okay.
All right, this is a news headline from somewhere in this world.
At WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com, we help you get ready for all the fun holidays throughout the year with fun, silly, and just plain weird gift ideas for your friends. If you have a friend who has a bizarre sense of humor, we've got a gift for them. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com posts a link to something that will make you smile each and every day. Whether you buy these weird gifts or not, it's worth checking out just for a smile. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. That's WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
Now some weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. I was going to try to hold this all the way until Halloween time, but I'm going to just do it. I've been holding it for like 3 weeks already. An attorney was arrested in Texas as he took a stroll on a beach dressed as the slasher movie villain Michael Myers.
Oh, he was arrested?
Yeah, complete with fake blood-covered knife. Galveston attorney Mark Metzger turned to cosplay humor, dressed as a silent Halloween killer during Hurricane Nicholas, when everything was shut down. He took a stroll and got some attention on social media from local police as well, though. Not everybody knows what's going on, but I think it's pretty clear that it's just a prank. That's what he said. It's something to be laughed at. It's not a crazy guy with a chainsaw walking around town. It's just a fictional guy with a plastic knife. Anyway, he was arrested.
Wow.
Somebody called 911. They said it felt like a scene out of Scooby-Doo after he handcuffed me, and they pulled my mask off. I never even thought of Scooby-Doo. It was like, I would have gotten away with it if it wasn't for those meddling Karens.
Wow, that's insane.
He said, I'm still a little fuzzy about what I did that was actually illegal. He is an attorney, keep in mind.
Yeah, I have a feeling that he's going to probably fight that.
We'll probably get to hear more about this. That's Weird News, brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
John and Heidi.
Now your moment of duh, brought to you by BetterResultsAdvertising.com. A man using a Walt Disney World-owned iPad with access to private applications was caught giving unauthorized tours at a Disney park. According to the sheriff's department,
That's what I would do with it, too. That's hilarious.
They were arrested for trespassing. Deputy arrived. He learned another deputy working off duty at the park, a 30-year-old man, had been taken into an office by a Disney manager for trespassing. According to the report, they became aware of an unauthorized override on reservations at Disney World on the app. It's for employee use only. The app is used to get like the front of the line attraction without having to stand in line.
Sure, okay.
So anyway, he did not know the iPad was stolen. It was confirmed the iPad was Disney's property, taken without
Where do you
permission.
think it came from?
It had not been reported as stolen, though. The man was issued a trespassing warning by Disney and is booted off all other properties. So.
Well, he knew it wasn't his. That's all he needs to know.
Yeah,
I didn't know it was stolen.
Push this button, you get to go right to the front of the line. Anybody else? Anybody? Front of the line? Who wants to go to the front of the line? Oh, boy, it's a bad idea. He knew that was wrong.
Yeah, he knew. He absolutely knew.
Today's moment of duh.
Early to bed, early to rise makes you healthy, wealthy, and wise. This is a great quote from Benjamin Franklin. At InsuranceChicken.com, we know a thing or two about great quotes. We help people get great insurance quotes every day. It's super simple and free to find out if we can make you healthy, wealthy, and wise. Okay, I can't guarantee that, but I can assure you we'd love to help at InsuranceChicken.com. We want to help you pack out great deals on insurance. That's InsuranceChicken.com.
Time now for Is It a Golf Course or Is It a Rehab Center? Brought to you by TimeForRehab.com. Heidi, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Sand Island, Honolulu, Hawaii. Sand Island, Honolulu. Is it a golf course or is it a rehab center?
That's a golf course.
No, it is a rehab
Well, what a
center.
waste of a nice name.
No, that's a good name for a rehab center. I bet that's one of those places where it's like, hey, I'm going to go to rehab. Where would you like to go? Would you like to go to this little place in the middle of nowhere, or would you like to go to Sand Island in
Would you like to go to Depression Village in Akron, Ohio? Or
How about that Sand Island place? Yeah, I'll go there. Sand Island. It's how we play. Is it a golf course or is it a rehab center? Brought to you by TimeForRehab.com.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news, and I think this is good news. What a cool story. Here's the headline. By the way, brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. Recovered yearbook from 1969 leads to a $1 million donation. Huh? Yeah, I got my attention on that deal. Military Institute, Alabama, sent a check for $1 million after staff members helped him recover a lost yearbook. So it was an alumni of there. So it wasn't the school that did it. Susan McKee, the vice president for advancement, said Dr. George Rapier recently contacted the college for the first time since he graduated back in 1969. It says, we had alumnus from San Antonio, Texas, who had not been in touch with us since he graduated, but he had lost his yearbook. He was looking for a yearbook from 1969, and we didn't have any extra ones. But a few weeks later, another graduate, totally unaware of the situation, found a box of yearbooks at a thrift store. He bought a box of yearbooks and donated them to the school. As fate would have it, in there was a 1969 yearbook.
Nice. Good for them.
Vanessa Nicholson, our archivist, promptly got the 1969 yearbook and mailed it to this Dr. George Rapier. Eventually, he reached out to the school about how he could make a donation. The gift arrived, and we were anticipating getting a check for, $1,000 or $100 or whatever. It was $1 million.
Holy cow.
We weren't expecting that. A $1 million check isn't something you see every day. That's for sure. It's a good way to reinforce why being good and being kind and saying nice things to people, just helping them out, that can come back and give you something.
Right. I mean, they didn't need to go out of their way to send him that thing when they got it. They could have just,
Yeah, he could have searched for that anywhere, but he reached out to the school.
And the fact that they even remembered that he was looking for it.
Yeah, because it was a few weeks later.
Yeah, that's pretty great.
I think that whole story is pretty darn cool. So I do have a link to that story in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Monday.